I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are.
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Bidisha. I make fashion, lifestyle and bookish videos, so if you're interested, do subscribe. And yeah, today's video is a reading vlog. You probably know that from the title already, and I'll be reading Priyanka Chopra's memoir that she released a few days ago. It's the February 2021, and this book got released in Feb 9. I believe it's the 15th day, and I finally started reading it and I'm so excited. I have also been watching her book release interviews, kind of book promotion, book release interviews to pump myself up for the book. A couple of years ago, I actually was searching an autobiography of somebody known and somebody I admire. So I was searching for her autobiography, but obviously it wasn't there then. So the moment this came out, I obviously had to grab a copy for myself and read it, because I have been wanting to read it for 2 years before this book was even written. So yeah, I'm excited. So this vlog is gonna be me reading and talking about Priyanka Chopra and her book. Also, I actually really like the cover. Number one, she looks gorgeous. And I kept on saying the name Priyanka Chopra instead of Priyanka Chopra Jonas because so used to it. I also really like that it highlights the tattoo that she has. And number two, the name of the book. I think she mentioned that in her Vogue interview. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, update time. I'm currently 3 chapters in. I read till page 60. I'm enjoying it so far, and the writing is simple, like it's meant to be for everyone, not just readers. To the point that I've read, she finishes her 10th schooling, and I think the next chapter will be about the Miss India, Miss World experience. So I'm excited to read that. There are a few things that she talked about that are very relatable. Like she talked about in first chapter, I think, about them going on road trips with family and playing Antakshari. And this is like a very vivid memory of mine too. When we were little, when we would go on a road trip, it was a must-do thing. We always played Antakshari or sing. If not Dakshri. And another thing that when she was, I think, in 7th, 8th standard, I think, she went to school with a bunch of other kids in a rickshaw. She took a rickshaw. We had this cab because we used to stay in a hill growing up during my middle grade. So a bunch of us, like some 6 kids, our parents booked a cab, a taxi, who would drop us to our schools and bring us back every single day. So that was also something that I have experienced too. So yeah, there were a couple of relatable things. There were also a couple of unrelatable things for me because her parents worked in army, so they moved a lot, which I didn't have to go through, but a lot of my friends did. So yeah. And that's actually quite interesting, her education and how many schools she changed, and because of that so much more experienced she was at an early age. So yeah, that was interesting to read. Also, there's another thing that I want to share. It's a very quotable thing, I think, that she writes in page 57 of this book. I made a little note of it so that it's easily accessible to me to tell it to anybody I wanted to say. So yeah, and I really love these lines. It says, "My parents have taught me that confidence is not a permanent state of being. A piece of wisdom I still believe. It's something you can work to develop and something you have to work to maintain." And I love that so much, and it's so true. I made a note of it on my Evernote, which I'm gonna later on transfer to my Notion. I'm gonna give a Notion tour someday, maybe, because it's a new thing that I've started doing properly. All the quotes and stuff from books that I like, I end up putting there so that years later I have this journal of bookish things and other things too, so that I retain more from each book that I read. So yeah, this is definitely going there. Really enjoying the book so far, and I'm excited to start the 4th chapter soon. But before that, I am gonna take a little bit of break, maybe work out a little bit, take a quick shower, and then continue. What's up? Update time. It's a while later. I finished 50 more pages from unfinished 2 chapters. These 2 were the chapters which covered her Miss India and the Miss World experience. Interesting to read. Also, it was so apt that her mother's question right after she won Miss World was, "What will happen to your studies now?" Which is something we'd actually expect from almost any Indian parent. I'm not gonna say a lot because obviously if you want to read it, I don't want to say anything. It's better coming straight from her. I'm almost halfway done. Yeah. So I think I can finish the book either today or by tomorrow. I'm excited to read the next chapter, by the way, which is called Desi Girl, because the title, ever since the song My Desi Girl, has been playing my head. So yeah, I need to get the chapter done today itself so that I can get over that My Desi Girl phase in my head. Anyways, I changed because I'm going out for a little bit to the Apple store to change my screen guard. Hopefully they have for 6S. I don't know if they have anything of 6S now. I'll be lucky if they do. But let's see. I'm going out in the hopes to find one. What's up? It's a little later right now. I'm back. As I guessed, I could not find screen guard for 6S in the Apple store. I'm not sure if it's just this Apple store or it's just discontinued in any of the Apple stores. If that's the case, I may have to get it from somewhere else. But I don't want to get it from Amazon because I don't want to put it myself. I want somebody to put it. So yeah, we'll see about that later. But anyways, my reading plans for tonight is that I'm gonna try to finish at least 20 to 30 pages before sleeping tonight. And yeah, finish the rest of the book tomorrow. Okay, let's do a reading update while I also do some self-care. By the way, I'm using the Plums green tea clear face mask. Oh, I forgot to tie my hair. Okay, since the last reading clip I did, I read 2 more chapters. I was about to start Desi Girl right after that, and I read Desi Girl and Tinsel Town, which are basically chapters that document her experience in Bollywood and Hollywood, or her career in the United States, respectively. I'm sure the 2 chapters just scratch the surface of her whole experience in Bollywood and Hollywood. Especially Bollywood, because she has been in the industry for about 20 years now, and I think she has done more than 60 films. I'm not sure about the number, but I think she must have done more than 60 films. I would have liked to read more about that, but I think in a way it makes sense, because if she would have written about all her experiences, it would have been a very long chapter, and a lot of us don't have that much patience anymore. So I think that was a smart move. And who knows, maybe she'll write another book sometime later with all her Bollywood experiences, because I'm sure she has a lot more to talk about. She does talk a little bit about the nepotism that she faced in the Indian film industry, and which is in every field in general. And there was also an instance where a co-actor of her, a male co-actor, I think it was in the beginning of her career, I think she had done only a couple of movies by then, I'm not 100% sure. One of her male co-actors comes up to her and says that, listen Priyanka, I don't think you can work in this movie anymore because I have promised this role to someone else. And she's like, but I've signed the contract. And he's like, don't worry, we're gonna find something else for you to do. I mean, and it seems he even sounded very benevolent saying that. And I have a few guesses. I mean, I have one guess mainly, but I'm gonna keep that guess in my head itself, because it's not really right to associate any name with something without having proof on the internet. And as for the next chapter, which is her career in the United States, which of course she's just in a way starting out there. She talks about how she had to start from the beginning, and she had to audition this time, which she didn't have to do it in India because she won Miss World, obviously. And that opens up some opportunities compared to another outsider in the industry. However, I don't think they have utilized her skills well in the United States yet. I'm sure they will at some point figure it out. And I would really like to see her act in roles like she did in Buffy or Sanak or Fashion. I'm sure that will happen sometime in the future. So yeah, those are the 2 chapters that I read. I have just 3 more chapters to go in this book. I think 3 more chapters, and the next chapter is called Grief. So I think it's gonna heavily focus on her father, and the next are, I think, the marriage and that chapter of her life. And yeah, so I think I'll be able to finish this book today itself if something else doesn't come up. So yeah, that's the scene, and I'm gonna keep updating. Okay, so I finished the book. The next chapter that I had to read was Grief. The next was Meeting Nick Jonas and Shadi, and then the last chapter was her home, current home, and future plans. And by the way, the Meeting Nick Jonas part, the initial interactions, so freaking cute. It can actually be a rom-com movie. Now let's talk about my final thoughts about the book. I like that this book did not have a lot of fluff. It moved from one experience to another very fast. I think that makes it very easy to read for even non-readers in general. I'm not going to say that this was not a carefully curated narration, but every single story published is always a carefully curated narration, and it's her memoir after all. She has the right to say it the way she wants to say it, and the amount she is comfortable opening up with the rest of the world. I would have liked to see a little bit more, but I would read another book if she writes later on, now that she has a little bit more writing experience too. So I'll be waiting for that book. Maybe 5-6 years later she'll write another book. I don't think that she meant to write it in a way that it will be critically acclaimed writing wise, it's as if she is telling you her story in gist, face to face. So reading wise, it was very chill. Now, do I think it is worth the read? For me, yes. She did not want to make herself sound like a superhero. She acknowledges the fact that a lot of the things happened by luck, by coincidence, which shaped the direction she went in. And she acknowledges the fact that maybe her life would have been a lot different hadn't she gotten those opportunities, or some of the things did not happen in her life by chance, by luck. Having said that, she also acknowledges the fact that everything did not happen by chance. She actually worked her ass off with the help of her family and people around to grab those opportunities and move ahead, which at the core, I think every success story is hard work and dedication, along with a bit of luck and right time, right place kind of thing. I'm proud of the accomplishments she has achieved, and I think she has a great personality to represent India on an international platform. So I hope she does more and more. So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about in this video about the book, because I don't want to give away too much, because in case you want to pick it up and read and experience the book for yourself. And if you stuck around till the end, thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos. And having said that, I hope you have a great day ahead. I will see you in my next video. Bye.